Wanna hear a Khajiit joke? Why do Khajiit lick their butts? To get the taste of Khajiit cooking out of their mouths.
Okay. This one knows what you have all heard about the Khajiit cooking. This one promises you it is all lies and slander. Do not slather our meal saccharine with moon sugar, unless you want us to. Now, welcome to Cooking with Khajiit. This one is Zainasi, a traveling alchemist and explorer who has been all over Tamriel. And one particular recipe stands out amongst the rest, that being the famous Sweetroll. Now, this one's favorite recipe comes from the land of the Nords, up north in Skyrim. However, being an experimenting alchemist herself, Zainasi has added a few twists of her own to the recipe, and she shall share them with you. Now, one must gather from the market first a set of chicken's eggs. You will need a pile of salt, vanilla extract, vegetable oil, all-purpose flour, whole milk, and confectioner's sugar, not moon sugar, again, unless you want it to be. Ask your local blacksmith for a tin like this, a whisk, and any old bowl for mixing. First add 1/2 teaspoon of salt, followed by 1½ cups of flour. This one likes to add just a pinch of cinnamon for flavor. And give it a light whisk to get it all blended. Next we don gloves because this one does not want eggs in her fur. Takes all day to clean out. One cup of milk comes next. And we whisk it until mixed. By John, this one almost forgot the butter. One will need about 6 tablespoons or melted. Now we add back in 1 more cup of milk. And now we whisk all this together until it is nice and runny. And now that that is all mixed together, we must let it settle for a little bit. About 30 minutes should do the trick. In the meantime, we can start cleaning up our counters and heating up our hearth. About 500 degrees Fahrenheit or 260 degrees Celsius, depending on which province you live in. Whilst your hearth is heating up, we can put this inside and let it start to preheat. And remember, pamphlet for this one's recipe can be found on the counter on our way out. Alright, now we shall let that sit, and this one will be right back with you. Now for our next step, we must act quickly and carefully. Pull out your burnt pan from your hearth whilst it is still warm. And take some of that vegetable oil and brush it on the sides so your sweet rolls do not stick. And pour your sweet roll batter into each, all the way to the top. It is fine if it overflows a little bit. And one can see this one has enough for about 5½ sweet rolls. Somebody will be in for a little extra snack later. And then back onto the fire these go. They will need to cook for about 30 minutes and do not remove it from the fire until they are done. And now that our timer has gone on, we can check on our sweet rolls. Look at how glorious they're coming out so far. So, that said, let us lower our flames to about 300 degrees now, and let them sit for another 10 minutes or so. And whilst we wait the sweet rolls to finish, let us begin the frosting next. You will need about 2 cups of the confectioner's or moon sugar first, and then you will add about 1/4 teaspoon vanilla extract and 2 tablespoons of water, and simply mix that all together. Now that our timer has gone off again, we may remove the sweet rolls from the fire completely. Ah, would you look at that? Now these will need to be very carefully turned over and popped out of the pan. Next we take our frosting and apply it to it quickly while it is still hot. And behold! Now you may choose to trim down some of the excess on some of these for a presentation, all ready for you to eat and perhaps steal. Thank you again for joining this one on Cooking with Khajiit. This one I recommend serve hot and perhaps with a side of maple syrup. That is a personal touch for this one. That being said, thank you for spending your time with this one today. May our roads lead you to warm sands, and may our paths cross again. Alright, enjoy. What in the... Stop, thief!